Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. My name is Yachen Yuan, and I'm a Master of Geography student at the UTM campus. Today, I'm going to present my ongoing research project, which is titled Exploring Urban Residents' Knowledge and Engagement of Green Infrastructure. So let's start with some background introduction. Why we need green infrastructure in our city? Today, cities are growing as more and more people moving their lives into cities, and it faces many challenges such as rapid land development and climate change. I think we need nature in our city as a fundamental infrastructure to support a green, sustainable, and healthy living environment. So here is the concept green infrastructure comes in. It is defined as an interconnected network of natural and semi-natural areas with other environmental features designed and managed to deliver a wide range of ecosystem services. In recent years, GI has been increasingly adopted in landscape planning and policy because it can provide a natural-based solution for stormwater management and many other critical environmental and social benefits. Shown in the red graph here, living GI can provide habitat for wildlife, storage carbon, mitigate urban heat island, and reduce air pollution. In addition, it can also increase property value, improve mental health, and provide recreation and aesthetic values. However, the knowledge of GI is mostly shared within professional fields, such as environmental planners and landscape architecture. Residents' knowledge and engagement of GI is largely remain unknown, and therefore a lack of public understanding and participation can limit GI project success. So my project is aiming to answer two research questions. First, I would like to know what knowledge do residents have about the concept of GI and specific local programs that promote GI. More specifically, I want to do a comparison between the general public and participations of GI programs. And secondly, I'm also interested to know what opportunities and barriers exist to promote public involvement in GI development. My research location is the city of Philadelphia. It is Pennsylvania's largest city and also facing some environmental challenges. For example, the current tree canopy cover of Philadelphia is only 20%, which is lower than the ideal 30 to 40 canopy cover goal for cities. And also, like many cities in the North America, Philadelphia has an uneven distribution of GI. And the graph on the right shows the tree canopy cover change by land use types in the recent 10 years. The orange color represents acres of tree loss, and the green means acres of tree growth. As you can see, residential land, which is highlighted in the right circle, has the biggest tree loss, but also the biggest potential to grow green. Moreover, the city of Philadelphia is considered a green leader city in the US, and by reviewing 4 of its major plans that other focus on were related to GI development, we can see the top reason the city installed GI is for managing stormwater runoff, and then followed by regulating temperature and energy saving, which all centered around the environmental and economic benefits of GI. However, social values and community concerns of GI are not well documented in those plans. To build on the current knowledge, my research methods uses 2 rounds of household GI survey to expand our understanding of residents' knowledge of GI and their willingness to install GI on their property. The first round survey was sent to 2,000 randomly selected households, represent the general public's perceptions of GI. And at the end, we received 134 completed survey. The second round survey was targeted to residents who were participants in 3 local GI programs in Philadelphia from the last 2 years, such as Yard Tree Planting Program and Rain Barrier Installation Program. At the end, we received over 800 completed survey, which also shows a higher survey respondent rate than the first round survey we sent out. And here is the demographic information of survey respondents. Starting from the top, as you can see, we have a good distribution for age groups, and there's more female, white people, people who born in the US, people who has a higher education degree and high income level are more likely to answer this survey. And in the next couple of slides, I will present 3 key findings I found in this research. And the first one I will talk about is residents' knowledge of GI concept and definition. In this survey, there is a question we ask about, have you heard the term green infrastructure before? And the overall answer indicated that only 27% of the general public were familiar with the term, compared to 57%, which is a much higher number that GI program participants responded they have heard the term. And among those people answered heard the term before, most people primarily interact with the concept from online or print media and different environmental organizations. In order to better understand how residents would define the term, there's an open-ended question in our survey asking the responder to define what they describe GI. And we coded the written definition into 6 categories. The first one is living GI, which refers to tree, garden, park, or any living vegetations. And the second one is stormwater GI, that emphasizes on features like rain garden, bioswale, and permeable pavement that could control stormwater runoff. And the third category is energy and build GI, that refers to solar panel, LEED building, and energy efficiency. And the fourth category is WIG, which refers to GI as an environmental friendly feature or something green can support sustainable development. And the last 2 categories are other or heard GI, but not able to provide a definition. So here, the bar chart shows a comparison between the non-participants and participants of the coded definition. As we can see from the graph, the general public is more likely to think GI as trees, gardens, and green spaces as living GI, and the GI program participants understand more the stormwater management function of GI. In addition, we can see people tend to define GI in quite different ways, and there's also a large percentage of people said they have heard GI before but unable to provide a definition. And this indicated us when we use the term green infrastructure as a communication tool, we need to provide a clear definition of what it is. Otherwise, people tend to interpret it in their own ways, and it may not fit well in your context. And in the next 2 pages, I will show some real examples from each coding categories. And the first coding category is living GI. Most people gave a relatively simple answer, such GI refers to parks, trees, or plantations. And it's also good to see there were some really good definitions, not only indicate the different GI features, but also the functions and benefits associated with GI. And 2 examples for the energy or built GI category, people refer to GI as carbon neutral or defeating building materials, or street lamps with solar panels, road repaved with recycled materials. And for the WIG coded definition, people refer GI as something can make things greener or anything around your home that is helpful to the environment. And for the other coded definition, people would think GI as a program or event name that can make the environmental healthier. And the second key finding I want to talk about is GI programs in terms of residents' awareness, participation, and installation rate. So this graph shows the general public's awareness and participation of 13 largest GI programs in Philadelphia. The blue color represents awareness, which means they have heard the program but not participated. And the yellow color represents participation rate. And for many programs on the list, you can see the average awareness percentage is around 20 to 30%. And there's also a couple of programs only received 2 to 3 participation rate. And in the second round survey, which is targeted to GI program participants, we further collected GI installation data from 3 programs, which are Tree Filly, Tree Tender, and Rain Check. And the bar chart shows numbers of programs that participation who actually installed GI, which means they not just only attend an online webinar, but actually order a tree or stormwater management GI feature to install on their property. And there were 20% participation didn't install any GI through the program. and 57% of people only participated in one GI program, and only 2% people have participated in all three those programs. And to better understand the opportunities and challenges people participated in the tree planting program, in our survey, the top two reasons people indicated why they plant trees through tree filling and tree candor were to improve the look of their property or increase shade. And the top two reasons people do not plant trees through those programs were because they don't have enough space to add more vegetation on their property, or they never heard a way how to participate. Similarly, for the stormwater GI program, the top two reasons people who install rain barrier and rain gardens through rain check were because they care about the environment, and also they want to collect water to use on their garden. And the top two reasons people do not install any rain barrier or rain garden through the program were because they don't have the extra space to add more vegetation, and secondly, it's costing them too much to afford. And the last finding I will present here is residents' concerns of their outdoor spaces that related to GI functions. In this survey, we asked residents to rank their level of concerns for yard problems from a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being very concerned and 5 means not concerned at all. And as you can see from the graph, more mosquitoes in the summer and fewer butterflies and bees at the top of our list are very concerned by residents, compared to flooding issues, which is down at the bottom, were least concerned by residents. However, if you can remember the city plan slide, flooding issue is actually the leading reason why the city departments of Philadelphia installed GI. Therefore, that could show a miscommunication issue between the city and the residents, that the problem the city want to address actually differ from what the community concerns. And to a quick summary of my research findings, most residents' knowledge of GI is limited, but GI program participants demonstrated a better understanding of GI, and the awareness and participation rate in GI programs are relatively low, and most of participants only install GI from one program. And space concerns are a major barrier to installing GI on residential yards. Moreover, most residents have relatively minimum concern about urban flooding, which is the main focus of Philadelphia's GI programs. And I think if we want to better engage more people to support GI development at a local scale, we need better communication strategy to bridge city goals and community concerns of GI. And that's the end of my presentation. I would like to give a special thank you to my supervisor, Dr. Tony Conway, and other research collaborators from the US. And I'm happy to take any questions in the Q&A section. Thank you.